Hi, my name's Becky Serratoni, and I'm a teacher at Artistic Body Development. Today I'm going to help lead you through about an hour worth of strength exercises and a lot of stretching, and just a way to empower your body at home during this time. As always, I want you to pay close attention to the way your body feels. Move with intention and modify when you need to. At the end of this video, I'll provide you with my email address if you need any clarification or ideas on how to modify further. For today's session, you'll need a few props. You'll need a new roll of toilet paper, just a nice thick roll. You can use 1 or 2 chairs, and you'll see what I mean by that once we get going. And then if you have a nice long strap, you can use a belt. This is a robe strap that I'm using today for our stretch portion. You can use a long towel, but preferably something long and thin would be your best choice. If you don't have a yoga mat, they're nice and handy to cushion yourself off the floor and have a nice smooth surface. We'll begin today by sitting in a chair. Find a comfortable chair that you can sit in with really awesome posture. To find your posture here, you're going to slouch off your sit bones, and then you're going to roll forward on your sit bones, sort of arching your low back. And then you're going to find your neutral spine, where your ribs are collected in, your belly button is hugged back, your shoulders roll up and down your back, and your chin is in just slightly. So you'll take a couple of minutes to kind of find this correct neutral spine posture. And we'll begin with a little bit of a neck stretch and shoulder stretch, some simple basic spine movements, and just get your body prepared. So first thing, we'll take the left arm out to the side. Flex your hand, all 5 fingers back towards your forearm. Take your right palm and place it over your left ear. Relax the right shoulder, and then just let the gentle weight of your right arm take the head over. Nothing added here, just the gentle weight of your right arm to take your right ear to your right shoulder. Relax the right shoulder, and then here, the left hand, the more that you activate the left hand, you can lengthen the left arm out, and then you might feel that in your left arm. If you would like more intense, you can grab your chair with your left arm and slightly lean away. We're going to hold this for a little bit, taking deep breaths in and out of your nose. Make sure you're staying lifted out of your low back. Make sure you're relaxing into this. And most importantly, just don't force anything here. Breathe into your stretch. Maybe play around with lifting this left arm, lowering it, but ultimately engaging that left arm. Again, more intense, you can lean away from that left arm, but nothing too forceful. Just focus on your breath, taking deep, rich breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. We'll hold this for a few more breaths. Just really finding your center, relaxing your shoulder, letting your neck relax. And then we'll just gently allow the right hand to readjust on your head and gently start to take your nose towards the floor. So I'm going to hang out right here for a little bit because my neck feels really tight there. Make sure that you're not leaning forward and you're not collapsed back, but rather sitting nice nice and upright. So you can readjust the head, the hand, the grip on the head to accommodate however tight you feel. You're just going to slightly bring the nose down and just take your time here. There's no rush, there's no hurry, and there's no force. And close your eyes, whatever feels nice. But continue to sit up nice and tall. Relax this right shoulder, relax your left shoulder, and just breathe. Maybe eventually you readjust and you take the whole profile of the face to the side. Again, you can move this left arm, whatever feels good. Again, be super gentle with your neck. Don't put any added force here. You can take that arm back. You can take it forward. You can hold the chair. Lean away. Just be gentle. When it's time to come out, gently release your head. Slowly bring your head back to center. Find your neutral spine. So we'll take it over to the other side. So you can extend that right arm out to the side, flex the hand, the fingertips, the fingernails up towards your right shoulder. Take your left palm over your right ear, relax your left shoulder, and just breathe here. Find yourself here, and don't expect to be where you finished on that other side. So just be patient. Maybe you're tighter on this side. Relax your left shoulder. Again, you can always lengthen this arm up and down, forward or back. You can hold on to your chair. You can lean away from your chair to the left. Keep your ribs and your belly button in strong. Remember to breathe. Just remember that these big, deep, rich breaths, imagining that your lungs are like balloons, filling them up, remembering your posture, and remembering not to force this. We'll eventually start to take the head down, readjusting the grip wherever you feel like it needs to be. Just don't put any added force on your neck. If you're feeling a little nervy in this arm and these fingertips, you're not alone. Eventually getting the head all the way down, relaxing, staying lifted. Just nice deep breaths, very gentle. And then we'll eventually let go and reset. Tuck your chin down into your chest. Sit up nice and tall in your low back. Pull your shoulders back. Bring your head back center. Take your gaze up. Keep your ribs and your belly button in. Open and close your jaw. Back down into your chest. Sit up nice and tall. Come back center. Take your right ear to your right shoulder. Bring it back. Take it to the left. Watch that your chin is parallel to the floor. Bring it back center. Re-engage your spine. Twist all the way over to the right. Try to keep your left shoulder back and down. Come back center. Keep your right shoulder back as you look over the left shoulder. Come center. One more time. Over to the right. Inhale, center. Use your exhale as you twist over to the left. Watch that your shoulder didn't follow your neck. Find your long spine once again, and we'll stretch out the shoulder. So you're going to take your right arm across your chest. You're going to hook it with your left. So you can come higher than your right elbow. Relax the right shoulder and allow the strength of your left arm to guide your right arm into your chest. The more that you squeeze in with the strength of your left arm, the more stretch you're going to feel to the back of this right shoulder. Relax your right shoulder, sit up nice and tall, chin into the chest just slightly to lengthen the back of your neck. Now you can start to take the arm into some small circles. So you can take the palm up. You can rotate the palm forward. Say stop with all 5 fingers, stretching out the forearm. You can bring the fingertips in towards the forearm. One more time, lengthen the fingers back. Exhale, curl them in. One more time, open the palm up. Rotate the palm down. Gently unhook that right arm, shake it out. We'll do the left side. Sit up nice and tall. Take the left arm above your chest. Hook it with the right arm. Once again, relax the left shoulder. And we'll do the same thing on this side. So rotate the arm. Again, the more you squeeze in with this right arm, gently, the more stretch you'll feel to the back of the shoulder. Again, rotating the palm, rotating the wrist. All 5 fingers open. Spread the fingers open. Curl the fingers down into the forearm. One more time, reach it back. Squeeze it in. Sit up nice and tall. Rotate the palm up. Rotate the palm down. Gently release. Shake it out. You're going to lift the shoulders up by the ears, back to the wall behind you, and lower down. We'll do that a couple more times. Lift up. Really shrug your shoulders. Squeeze them back. Hug them down. Ribs in. Belly strong. Lift the shoulders up. Take them back. Hug them down. We'll reverse the flow. So you're going to lift them back, up, and forward. Down, back. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Lift them up. Come around. Ribs in as you squeeze the shoulders back. Like you're squeezing your wings back together. Lift them up. Squeeze them down. Shake out your arms. Now that we got the neck and the shoulders a little bit more supple, if you're like me and you've been on your phone or your laptop for so many hours a day, that might have felt pretty good. If you felt really tight, don't worry. Now what I want you to do is come out a little bit from the back of your chair so that you can collapse your spine. So once again, you're going to find your tall spine, relax your shoulders, bring your chin in, back of the neck nice and long. Feet flat on the floor, and they're out right underneath your kneecaps. So if your feet are back here, go ahead and allow them to relax forward. Now, you're going to lift up out of your waist, corset your ribs in, your belly button back, You're gonna round the spine. So you're gonna start by tucking the chin into the chest, and you're gonna collapse and round the spine. So your belly is pulled in, and you're gonna stretch here into your spine, really tuck and round. And then taking your chin off your chest and your shoulders onto your back, and you're gonna lift up and arch. But your ribs are still gonna stay in, and your belly's still gonna be tight. Shoulders down, chin up. On your breath cycle, exhale, collapse. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, collapse. Really stretch between the shoulder blades. Relax your shoulders. And as you come forward, keep those shoulders down. And then look up, shoulders back. A couple more times. Exhale, curl in. Inhale, stretch up. Last time. Exhale, slouch in. Belly in, belly in, belly in. Feel that stretch through the mid-spine. Inhale, gaze up, lift up, come back to neutral. Now you're going to slide back to the back of your chair so that your spine is supported, but you're not slouched here. So notice the difference between this versus sitting a little more intentional and supported. So I'm supported here, and I'm supported here, front to back to front, shoulders on your back. We're gonna stretch a little bit into the hip and do a little gentle twist. When you start the twist, just be really mindful of how your back and your spine feels. There's no need to go deep into a twist this early on. So what you're going to do is again, make sure the feet are underneath the knees, and then you'll take your right ankle off your left knee. And you're going to keep your right foot flexed a lot, especially if you have any knee issues. And it's also just great to keep this right foot engaged so that you protect the lower leg below the knee. So here you are. Make sure the ankle's all the way off the knee. So if you're somewhere over here, make sure the ankle comes off, and you're breathing here. Maybe your hip is super tight and this is all you need, so you can kind of rock a little bit. And then just feel this opening. If you want to take it a little bit further, keeping this right foot flexed, shoulders down, you can start to take your heart over this right shin. So you're going to lengthen your low back and your heart forward. So it's like I'm pulling your heart towards your shin. Now if you just get to here, just hang out here and breathe. Take some deep breaths. Imagining this right hip letting go. Shoulders are relaxed, neck is long. So try not to look forward like this. Rather keep the chin in slightly, lengthen the back of the neck. Long spine, so from my sit bones, through my middle spine, through my neck is long. A nice long line of energy. Continue to breathe, continue to relax, and maybe keep adding to your stretch. Keep adding to your stretch. If you want to do a little bit of movement, not too much, you don't want to disrupt the pelvis, but just a little bit of movement, juice up that right hip a little bit. We'll definitely be doing a little longer extended stretch of this a little bit later. But for now, just trying to open up that hip a little bit, stretching your heart forward. And again, no force here. When your body says you can go a little further, you go a little further. If your body says, no, I'm tight here, just stay and breathe. Progress. A little bit further. If you are blessed with really open hips and you're over a little bit further, you can really extend, like I'm pulling the crown of your head forward. Shoulders relaxed, belly is in. A couple more deep breaths. Imagine that hip loosening up, becoming a little more supple. Last deep breath. And then you're going to lengthen out the crown of your head, and then you'll come all the way back upright, and then release your right foot down. Reset. Reset your spine. Reset your posture. Reset your neck and your shoulders. And you're going to take that left ankle all the way over the right knee. Make sure your right foot is right underneath your right knee. And again, flex this left foot. And for me, this left side is a lot tighter, so I'm going to be patient with myself as I progress into my stretch. So imagine if your pelvic bowl is really tilted under, see if you can, if this was my pelvis, roll your pelvis slightly more forward. And if that just causes you to get a good stretch, that's fine. Belly is in though to support that pelvis. And you eventually, if you can, if you want to, and there's no judgment with these stretches, just go to your point of resistance and then add to it if it feels safe and comfortable. Breathe. Imagining this left hip releasing. If you get so deep in your stretch that you start curling that tailbone under, back out. See if you can come back to neutral. Make sure that you're not tilting the pelvis under. You're feeling the sit bones stretch back as the crown of your head stretches forward, and your heart, you want to think about lengthening it past this shin. Lengthening it past the shin. Really stretching and lengthening. Chin in just slightly. Lengthen the back of your neck. Your ears, like I'm pulling your ears forward. Breathe. A few more deep breaths. Again, if you want to do a little tiny bit of rocking, keep this left foot activated. Big deep breaths. Back up and we'll reset. Now we'll go revisit the right side. So once again, you're going to cross your right ankle off your left knee. Let your right knee relax as much as it can. Now here's where it's important. Have equal weight on both sit bones. You're going to take your right palm and you're going to place it on the inside of the sole of your right foot. Now you're going to bend your right elbow and relax your elbow down on your right calf. So here is where you're going to lengthen your spine. If you want, you can put your left hand into the crease of the left hip. You're going to pull your right hip back, this right hip back, pull it back. And then you're going to start to lengthen through the crown of your head and then gently twist a little bit to the left. So you're going to roll your left shoulder back. You can place your left palm on your sacrum, on your low back. Notice that your right hip stays back. Don't let your right hip follow your twist. So pull this right hip back, lengthen, and then open. Be patient here. Open, relax. Relax the right shoulder, relax the left. Breathe. Again, don't be too stiff. So if you need to kind of move a little bit, feel that hip opening, that spinal twist, and progress just like you would any other stretch where you progress, you add, you lift, and no force. Just as your body surrenders, then you can go a little bit further. Belly in, belly in, belly in. Like you're wringing a washcloth out. Keep your belly squeezing in. Now you're going to gently come back to center and release the right foot. So we'll start again. I'm going to scoot a little bit away so that I can put my right hand on my sacrum. Take your left ankle off your right knee. Sit up nice and tall, ribs in. And you're going to take your left palm into the inside of your left foot. And then relax your left elbow down. Pull this left hip back. Pull it back. Reach out of the crown of your head, shoulders back. And then start to twist over to your right. So you're going to take your gaze and you're just going to breathe here. And every time you exhale, you'll see if you can get a little bit deeper into your twist. Let that left knee relax towards the floor. You can take your right palm to your low back. Roll this right shoulder back. Pull the left hip back. Pull your right shoulder open, lengthen, and breathe. Now, it's not important to go to the same depth on both sides. Just honor the way your back feels. Keep your belly in, and then see if you can twist a little further. Belly in as you twist open. Belly in as you twist open. Gaze up. That's it. Relax the left shoulder. Last little breath here. And then ease your way back center and release your left foot. Find your way to the floor. And now we're going to stretch out the hip flexor. So you're going to basket grip your hands, all 10 fingers, your thumbs included into your grip. And then you're going to guide your right knee in towards the top of the right shoulder. So I'm going to hold on a couple inches below that right knee. And then I'm going to use the strength of my arms to guide my knee in towards the top of the right shoulder. So I'm going to avoid the rib cage, the right rib cage. Roll the shoulders back, hug the elbows in. Really get that upper back to be as broad as you can, and maybe make a double chin with your chin here to lengthen the back of your neck. Feel the back of your neck long on the floor, and with every exhale you can guide that right knee in closer with the strength of your arms. Now feel heavy through this left leg. Really feel it heavy and long. So you're going to energetically send a lot of energy out that left leg so you get a stretch on the front of that left hip as well. So you're going to breathe and exhale. See if you can get it a little bit closer. Notice that you're equally weighted on both sides of your upper back, right and left sides. Breathe and lengthen. Don't be afraid of that little subtle pinch in that right hip as you stretch. Back off if it causes you any pain or discomfort. Breathe. A couple more deep breaths. Maybe readjust your grip. Avoid your right rib cage. Maybe flex the right foot. You can flex, point. Release the leg, can lift it up, and then gently lower it down. We'll take it to the left side. So we'll set it up the same way. Guide your left knee in, interlace all 10 fingers. And again, if you're tighter on this side, just be patient. So you're going to avoid this left rib cage, but ultimately the top of the right knee will guide in towards the top of the left shoulder. Even out both sides of your upper back. Elbows in. Shoulders back, neck is long. And we'll breathe here. We can set it up the same way. Point and flex your foot. Avoid that rib cage. Pull your belly in so you have more room to compress that left hip. Breathe. Feel the back of your neck nice and long. Really heavy through this right leg. Really stretch that right leg longer. Engage your quadricep Stretch that right leg. Guide it in a little bit closer. Even out this other side. And then extend that left leg up. Gently lower that left leg down. Now you can bring your feet up here, and then we'll take both knees. So you're going to take your wrists, your elbows, your forearms. If you can't connect, that's fine too. So you're going to curl yourself up into a ball. Most importantly, you want to roll your shoulders down onto the floor and iron your tailbone down. So tailbone down, shoulders back, chin in, and just rock nice and slow. You can make little circles to the right, little circles to the left, so you can really iron your tailbone down. So if you need to, you can readjust that grip. Try not to cross your ankles. Keep your feet side by side as you stretch. Little rocks back and forth, massaging out your low back. And getting a nice little detox for your digestion too. Hugging those knees in. Kind of tame your ascending, descending, transverse colon. Nice deep breath. Fill your air, fill your lungs up with air. And exhale, squeeze in one last little bit. And then we'll just gently release your legs. Send your feet down flat on the floor. Now you're going to take your feet a little wider than hip width distance. A lot wider. Maybe it's the width of your mat if you're lying on one. Here you are, your heels are extended out, your ribs and your belly are in, and we're just going to gently roll the knees over. So you want to have your feet nice and wide. You don't want them in close here or even hip width distance. You want them a lot wider here. You want a lot of space. So you're going to gently let your knees roll over to the right, and if you feel tight, just hang out where you are. Eventually you want to take your arms out to the side like a T, right out from the shoulder. And again, just let gravity work its magic here. We're just going to do a little bit of movement first before we end up in our static stretch. So we're going to come back through center, and then we'll take it over to the left. Keep your belly in strong. One more time, soles of the feet down flat, knees back center. Exhale over to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale over to the left. Inhale, center. And we'll hold it over to one side. So don't get too aggressive in this stretch here. We'll have an opportunity to take this stretch a lot deeper after we work the hips. So here, just releasing, letting the left knee here, as we're twisted to the right, let your left knee lengthen to the left, to the right side of the room. So that left knee will lengthen, like I'm pulling your left knee longer. Relax the shoulders, breathe. If it would feel nice, you can take this left arm above your head. Relax the left shoulder. Now like you're stretching out of bed, so you're going to reach your left fingertips back as you guide your left knee down. Belly in here as you twist always. Really feeling that stretch in your left side and your left psoas. Breathe. And then we'll take that left arm back out to the side. Stabilize your upper back. Bring your knees back center, and we'll take it over to the left. So readjust. You can readjust the hips. Now we'll take it over to the left side. Begin by taking your right knee over to the left, and then Just feeling your stretch here, really lengthening your right knee forward and down, keeping this right rib cage in and your belly in. You can stay here with your arms out to the side, or if you would like, you can take this right arm up, relax the shoulder away from your right ear. Really reach up, stretch up through those right fingertips, lengthen down the body through that right kneecap. Keep your belly in and strong, breathing in and out, creating this long stretch on this right side. A couple more deep breaths. Return your right arm out to the side, and then bring your knees back center, soles of your feet on the floor. Reset your low back. Now we're just going to take some time to release the low back and the hamstrings once again. So you're going to make sure that your sit bones come all the way flush with the wall and or the baseboard. So you're really going to scoot forward and really try to find that your spine is fully supported. So your sit bones all the way forward towards the wall, and you can flex the feet, you can point the feet, just letting all that blood flow come back down towards your pelvis. You can keep your feet together, but it might be kind of nice on your low back to keep your feet hip width distance or wider. Now you're going to let your palms float up and your shoulders and your heart open. Readjust your neck so that the back of your neck is nice and long. Chin in just slightly to your chest so you can feel this opening here. And this is an awesome stretch to do at any point of the day. If your low back is feeling tight, if your hamstrings are feeling tight, this is just a really awesome reset. And you can always visit this stretch at any point during your day. And you can spend as much time here as you need to. But for this video, we're going to spend a little bit of time here. But know that you can always pause the video if you would like to stay here for a little bit longer. You can gently start to open your legs. So if you want to stay here, you can. If you want to open up a little further, again, you can stay wherever you need to. You can support the legs. Ideally, it would be nice to have the palms up and your collarbones open. So you have a nice, well-supported upper back. And then you can always take your legs out and just let gravity work its magic here. So as you know, I'm a little more flexible, so I'm going to allow my legs here. If this causes too much pain for your inner thighs, you can always support, but know that you can come back up. Know that you can always come back to the base here. So if you want, again, you can gently open the legs out to the side, just gently, supportively stretching the inner thighs, maybe putting a little bit of friction in the inner thighs, a little bit of heat. Notice that my feet are engaged, my ankles are engaged, my kneecaps are lifted to support my knees, to support all the tendons and ligaments in the knee joint. So make sure you're flexing your feet if you take the legs out to the side. And breathe. So again, you can stay here as long as you need to. You can pause the video and hang out here longer and press play when you're ready to resume. And no judgment here. Maybe you're feeling the inner thighs activate as you squeeze back up. We're going to come back to this in a little while. So this is just a really nice reset tool for your low back and your hamstrings. Again, you can stretch the feet. You can flex the feet. You can stretch the top of the ankle. You can flex. And you can always relax the feet here with the legs straight up if you want. breathing in, I feel like a little wider, makes that sacrum a little more broad. Again, palms up. Anytime you have your palms down, see what happened to my shoulders? I want your shoulders nice and open, your upper back nice and open. Really feeling a nice long spine from the crown of your head into your sit bones, into the wall, and then the sit bones have a nice long length up through the heels.